Okay, it's 2 in the morning and my roommate's asleep and I have 10 minutes because it's YouTube. So, um, I just found this new website. First of all, Twitter, amazing technology. So it's a little bit of a wormhole. So I followed Dr. Drew, who's awesome, and he mentions that Rainn Wilson, who probably you might know from The Office, he plays Dwight Schrute, and he just had that movie The Rocker, which I have yet to see. It looks pretty good. I've heard it's pretty good. Anyway, so Dr. Drew says Rainn Wilson has a really good Twitter stream, so I had to go check that out. And so he lately has been promoting, I guess, a new website that he has called Soul Pancake, just like you think it's spelled, SoulPancake.com. And I just went there, and it's all about spirituality and philosophy and creativity, which is effing awesome. I'm really excited about it. I hope to be visiting it a lot. Anyway, so already I burned up a minute. So why I'm posting this video is to answer one of the questions that's on there, and it's why is talking about God so awkward? And one of the reasons it's really awkward for me is, I run around with a bunch of people who are pretty much into the God thing. We do, a little 12-step program that is, pretty much a spiritual program. It leads us to a higher power of our own understanding. So when I'm with them, I don't know, we talk God stuff all the time, and it's really no big deal. But when I step out of that, it starts to become awkward because I realize that I feel like in the outside world outside of recovery, I'm afraid that the word God is instantly going to create the impression that I'm a Christian. There's nothing wrong with Christianity. I was raised a Lutheran. But I feel that then the word Christian brings up an instant set of conceptions. I feel that the media has equated the word Christian with a certain... See how awkward it gets? I think that people are afraid to offend people. I think things start to become black and white. I was going to say a certain brand of Christianity. I was going to say fundamentalist. I think the problem is, like so many things in life, we start to try to label things. And we start to try to confine things. One of the things I found when I got into recovery was that I initially had a very huge resentment against Catholicism because I had a lot of preconceived notions about what it was and what Catholics did and what their views were and what their beliefs were. And one of the great things that happened to me was not very long into things, about a year. I had a year sober, and I met this guy who was studying to be a Jesuit, and I got to know him, and I got to know a little bit about the Jesuits. And for those of you who may not know, they are an order of Catholic priests, and I got to know him, and I got to know about the Jesuits, and I fell in love. I mean, I'm not going to be Catholic, and I most certainly am not going to become a Jesuit priest for obvious reasons, but I learned a lot about Catholicism and a new way to look at it, if only that everything is not black and white. Just because someone may be Catholic does not necessarily mean they are like... All Catholics are not the same. All Christians are not the same. All Muslims are not the same. All Buddhists are not the same. And I think that's something that leads to the awkwardness of conversations about God, because I think it's natural for us as human beings to want to label people and put them in boxes. And so when certain words or terms get brought up, a lot of people instantly shut down because they've already had preconceived notions about what certain things mean to them, and certain ideas mean to them, and what they just have decided what certain people mean to them. And I also think it gets awkward because I'm afraid of what you're going to think of me. Because we are so quick to label, I'm afraid if I say something, you're going to put a label on it and you're going to judge me and you're going to decide what I believe and what I don't believe. And then what those beliefs say about me as a person, or what they define me as, or what my behavior will be because of those things. And and frankly, I've been taught, you know, you don't talk money, you don't talk politics, and you don't talk religion. And it's too bad because I think all three of those things are things along with race that we don't talk about, that we need to talk about, because these are the things that separate us, and these are the things that keep people apart from one another, and these are the things that are barriers to true unity and true peace and true brotherhood and sisterhood. So I don't know. And what also I think is counterintuitive about everything about it all, which doesn't make a lot of sense, and maybe this again is why it's so awkward, is I truly believe that whatever you call it, whatever, if you want to call it, I call it God because I'm lazy, but this higher power, this spirit of the universe, this creative intelligence, this thing, I believe that it is in each one of us. And I believe that at some fundamental level, we connect to it. And it is not by any name, and it is not by any ritual, and it is not by anything specific. It's in laughter, and it's in music, and it's in hand holding, and it's in helping one another out, and it's in caring for one another, and it's in treating each other with respect and dignity and kindness and compassion and love and tolerance and grace. And that is unnameable to some extent. Those things are not named with a denomination. Those things are not named with a church or a creed or a set of practices. Those things are things that we crave as people who live and breathe, and those things are things which I believe, just by being children of the earth, people who exist with souls, those are the things that make us connected to one another, and those are the things which keep us in touch with this thing that is bigger than us, the universe, if you want to be as broad as that, and let us know that we can tap into something that's bigger than we are. And so that's why I think it's awkward to talk about it, because it's not something we can talk about. It's something we just know. So, I don't know. I think this website's going to be pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to being a part of it. Okay, I should go to bed. Namaste.